Would you like
will be
Sharia
the
law in this
only-
country?
I would love.
Yes or no?
I would love to see you want.
No, answer the question. Never mind what I want. What do you want?
I want to see the Islamic system re-established.
Would you like
in the Muslim
Sharia
world.
law in this country? Last time I'm going to ask you.
If Sharia law,
Just yes or no.
if Sharia law means upholding family values, means looking after the poor,
Means no gays,
looking
no
after the
feminists,
poor.
i.e. women who get above themselves,
that's your
right?
caricature. No, that's your
I know what Sharia law wants.
Why do so many women become Muslim these days? Why do
Because they
so
want to
many
be
women in the
oppressed.
West?
Is that what you're going to tell me?
No. Why do so many?
Because they want to be oppressed.
Women in the world become Muslim these days.
You tell me.
Well, you better ask them.
Well, why don't you tell me what you think?
They seem to find it something that attracts them, Islam.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Many women in the West become Muslim, and for some reason, they seem to like the fact that Islam...
Do you work with women doctors?
Yes, I do. And
how do they feel about your views on this?
I keep a very strict professional line between my...
Do they know what your views are? When they watch this, they're going to be surprised.
Oh my days, I just realized I recorded a whole video without using the mic. Okay, let me start again. So for those of you who don't know, Piers Morgan is a well-known Islamophobic liberal media journalist or whatever. He is pretty pathetic. His line of questioning in interviews is very authoritative. He cuts people off. He is over-demanding of certain questions that aren't even relevant to the point. And you'll see, you just have seen in that interview. Now, that was one of the most frustrating things to watch. He doesn't let people finish. He has his own narrative or agenda in his head, and it's very obvious. And the funny thing is that during his interviews, he always implies that the audience or the general public are on his team. But then you look at the video after, you go scroll down to the comments, and guess what you see? Everybody just making fun of him. Everybody disagreeing with him. And it's great, because what it means is that now people are starting to see through this Western liberal mainstream agenda and how pathetic it is. They want you to believe it's free speech and, free choice. Women can choose whatever they want until it goes against their agenda. And then it's, these women are brainwashed or, they're being manipulated. How can a woman want to be a Muslim? Time and time again, we see these older white men pretend to know that they know anything about Islam, when in reality, they've learned Islam from people who hate Islam. It's like, how biased do you need to be? How deviant, how arrogant, how much of a terrible person do you need to be to approach a subject already with a heavy bias and an agenda? If you really wanted to learn about Islam, you would approach it with an open mind. And you can tell I'm a little bit heated, but let me slow down a little bit. I just think it's terrible. And one of the parts that really annoyed me was that the fact that he's trying to get this brother, this doctor, hard-working doctor, he looks a bit older, he might be like 50. He's probably been working in the NHS for 25 years. Working hard. He's trying to get him fired. And you can tell without actually saying you should be fired. He keeps mentioning, your patients know about this? Or your colleagues know about this? Or they will now after watching this. It's this whole cancel culture that Piers Morgan hates, by the way. He's basically trying to call that upon this guy. And he's talking about jihad as though jihad, the definition of jihad is beep, 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 boom. That's what he has in his head because he doesn't know anything about Islam. Doesn't know anything about it. Jihad is just struggle. It's a struggle of the Muslims. How is that bad? This whole life is jihad for us. But it all just comes back to the same point. And, I have people like this in my life too who know nothing about Islam, and every single time they look into Islam, guess who's teaching them? A non-Muslim. They will never watch a video by a Muslim. They will never be taught by a Muslim because they do not want to believe that Islam is the truth. And by the way, I recorded a whole video before this, but I realized I wasn't speaking into my mic. My mic was all the way over there. So this is very unstructured compared to what I was saying before, but it's whatever. Moving on to the next topic. He mentioned that the brother mentioned, how come there's a lot of women who are reverting to Islam? Piers Morgan didn't know what to say, so he started being condescending. You're going to say they're oppressed? Like sarcastically. But you have to ask yourself, and by the way, this is true. If most reverts in the West are women, how is Islam misogynistic? How is it oppressive? Wouldn't a woman, and you can ask women as well, wouldn't a woman prefer being in her feminine, raising a family, not having to go into a 9-to-5 and never-ending cycle? where she has to work hard all the time on something that she doesn't even enjoy, that she has to stress about money all the time, that she has to protect herself physically, emotionally, everything? Or is it better that, you know, she can just focus on things that she enjoys and she's good at? Most women want to have a family. They want to spend time with their kids. They want to focus on hobbies and things that they actually enjoy, not sitting in an office working for a man, might I add. It's just funny that the West paints Islam as misogynistic, oppressive, sexist. Yet in the West, women can't be women. A lot of women I see online are shamed when they choose to have kids and spend their time raising their kids. They're shamed online. It's crazy. It's crazy what we live in. And in the West, men can pretend to be women and occupy women's spaces. They can invade women's spaces. How crazy is that? That would never be allowed in Islam. And it shouldn't be. But back to the point is, the West's approach to women reverting to Islam is that, oh, they've been brainwashed, they've been manipulated. How sexist, how misogynistic is that? That a woman, many women by the way, can't use her logic and rationale. If she goes against the Western agenda, then she's been brainwashed. It's always her body, her choice, until it goes against the Western agenda. Isn't that crazy? And I just can't tell if Piers Morgan is this dumb, is this stupid, is this horrible, that he actually believes what he's saying. He thinks he's really tricking the public, or he's just doing it for views. I don't know. Alhamdulillah. All of these events are just bringing more eyes and ears to Islam, and we should be thankful for that, you know, alhamdulillah. I don't usually get that heated, but you could probably tell that I was a little bit heated in that. Anyway, I'll bring you another reaction later this week, inshallah. But I'll see you soon. Leave your opinions in the comments below. Let me know what you want to see. Let me know your opinions on that debate, argument, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, speak soon, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.